Welcome back. So, yesterday we went over 10 really solid niches that are absolutely crushing it right now. But, just having a list of good ideas, that's not enough. Today, we're going to break down the actual step-by-step framework to help you choose the perfect starting niche for your very first channel. This is absolutely crucial, guys, because look, a niche that works wonders for someone else could be completely the wrong fit for your specific skills, your schedule, and your goals. We're going to completely take the guesswork out of this and build you a rock-solid foundation. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive straight into this roadmap. Think of this as a ruthless elimination filter to help you confidently select your channel's focus. We've got 5 steps: the 100 video sustainability test, matching your unique skills, budgeting your production time, proving demand and competition, and finally, scoring your top niches.
All right, step 1, the 100 video sustainability test. So here's the thing, the absolute biggest mistake you can make as a beginner is only thinking about your first few uploads. I mean, it's super easy to get hyped up about 2 or 3 great concepts, right? But running a successful channel is a marathon. It's not a sprint. We really need to completely shift your mindset away from week 1 and start looking at month 10. And that brings us to this big magic number, 100. When you're choosing your niche, you are not planning for 10 uploads. You absolutely must pick a topic that's broad enough and deep enough that you genuinely will not run out of material before hitting 100 videos. Because if your niche is too specific, you're going to hit a massive wall by episode 12, and your whole channel will stall out just as you're starting to figure things out. So how do we test this? Well, here is the ultimate stress test. Can you sit down with a blank piece of paper and list 30 distinct video ideas in exactly 5 minutes? Literally, I challenge you to set a timer on your phone and actually try this. If you're sitting there staring at a blank page after 3 minutes, or if you just can't pass this 5-minute rapid-fire test, your chosen niche is probably just way too narrow to sustain long-term. You need a topic where the ideas just effortlessly flow out of you. Moving right along to pillar number 2, matching your unique skills. Now, this is where we need to get a bit personal. As a beginner, it's so tempting to just look at a massive creator and think, oh, I'll just do exactly what they do. But honestly, a niche that works brilliantly for them could be a terrible, super frustrating fit for your specific strengths. You have to play to your own natural advantages, and this brilliantly illustrates why. Every niche leans on a totally different strength. Like, if you're looking at research-heavy niches, think history, true crime, finance. The platform is going to heavily reward strong writing and rigorous fact-checking. But hey, maybe you're someone who just thrives on fast momentum. If so, fast turnaround niches like tech or daily trends are way better for you because they reward speed and consistency above all else. Or maybe you want to do emotionally driven content like motivation or storytelling. Well, those require really excellent voice direction and pacing. You have to be brutally honest with yourself here. Which of these skills do you actually enjoy building and using day after day?
All right, pillar number 3, budgeting your production time. Guys, this is the ultimate reality check for a first-time creator's schedule. Passion is amazing, sure, but passion doesn't magically edit your footage at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, right? We need to align your channel's focus with the actual, real-world constraints of your daily life. Look at the stark contrast here. A high-quality history documentary, that might easily demand 10 or more hours of deep research, scripting, and really complex editing per video. But on the flip side, a tightly formatted facts or top 10 video might only take 2 to 3 hours from start to finish. You really have to match your niche to the time you can consistently commit week over week. Not the time you wish you had, but the time you actually have. Because if you only have 3 hours a week, picking a documentary niche is just a one-way ticket to instant burnout. Which brings us to pillar number 4, proving demand and competition. Okay, so you've got a sustainable idea, it fits your skills, and it fits your schedule. Awesome. Now we have to evaluate the market. Is there an actual audience out there waiting for this? So, the crucial point is this: 0 competitors is almost always a massive warning sign, not white space. I see beginners do this all the time. They search their niche, find 0 results, and they jump for joy thinking they struck untapped gold. But honestly, it usually just means there is no real audience for that topic. If you search your idea and find a handful of solid channels, but the space doesn't feel completely, impossibly saturated, that is actually a really healthy sign. It proves the demand is real. It proves there's an audience out there hungry for exactly the type of content you're about to make. And finally, step 5, scoring your top niches. This is where we bring it all together. We are going to take all those abstract thoughts and turn them into a simple, objective mathematical formula. This is exactly how you make your final decision without constantly second-guessing yourself. I'll act as your mentor here. Let's just play a straightforward elimination game. First, grab that list of niches we talked about yesterday and write down your top 2 options. Just 2. Next, you're going to score each of those 2 options out of 10 based on the 4 pillars we just went through: sustainability, skill fit, time fit, and demand. And then you just add up the numbers. The highest overall score wins. It literally is that simple. Now, what's really interesting about this matrix is how it forces you to be totally objective. Let's say niche A gets a 9 in the demand column, which is great, but a 3 on time fit because it's just way too research heavy for your current schedule. Meanwhile, niche B might have slightly lower demand, but scores perfect tens on skill and time fit. By filling out these rows, the winner basically reveals itself based purely on the data. And listen, I want to reassure you right now, the winner here is just your starting point, okay? It is not your forever niche. You can always pivot. You can always evolve later as you learn and grow. But running this matrix ensures that you're at least starting on totally solid ground. So you've run the gauntlet, you use the matrix, and boom, you have your starting niche locked in. But the immediate next question that hits literally every single beginner is, well, what gear do I actually need to start producing this stuff? Do you need some fancy $5,000 camera? Really expensive software? Well, you'll have to tune in next time because tomorrow's explainer is going to break down the exact equipment and software stack you actually need to launch. We'll cover exactly what's genuinely free and what's actually worth paying for, so you don't waste a single dollar. I'll see you then.